welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're going to be doing a full face of Suqqu, including a lot of the new Suqqu pre-summer items. So I didn't pick up everything in the collection. I got the purple eye quad, I didn't get the pink one. I got the lipstick that is more of the brown color, I guess you could say. It's shade 113, yeah, 113. I didn't pick up, I think it's 112. I'm not absolutely sure, but I only picked up the browner shade. I did get both of the blushes. Today on my face, I'll probably use the pink one. We'll see. I'll probably use the pink one, but I'll show you the more warm one as well. But let's go ahead and dive in. So first I'm gonna use Suqqu foundation, and the name of the foundation is Suqqu the Cream Foundation. I should have known that, but I don't. I have it in shade 210, and it comes in this, it kind of looks like, you know, like the Chantecaille Future Skin kind of thing. I admit, I don't love putting my fingers. There's a little spatula that comes with it, but I don't know where I put the little spatula right now. So for now, we're just gonna use our finger because I'm not sure where the little spatula is. I've put it somewhere. I have my skincare on. It's probably too much foundation, but oh well. We'll fix it. That's the problem with like the tubs. It's like you get too much and I get it in my nails. Anyway, that's not the point. You get it all over the place. 210 is the shade that I use, and it works really well for me. It looks a little light when it first goes on, but it actually blends into my skin really well. I'm not gonna use a primer on my eyes today because this will be the first time I'm trying out this palette. And when I try out new eyeshadow palettes, even though of course I've used Suqqu many times before, I always do it with just you know, a quote bare eyelid because I want to see how it performs without a primer, and then I use a primer later to see if there's a distinct difference. I feel like if something works well without a primer, for me that's a plus. Not everyone feels that way. Some people always use primer, so you know, it doesn't really matter, like they'll always use it because they have like oily eyelids. I have very dry eyelids, so actually for me I use the Tom Ford primer, and I really like that primer, but I'm not like a huge primer person because I don't really need it because my eyelids are so dry. My skin is actually looking very dewy today. Could not, like, shiny and dewy, which is weird for me anyway. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. Okay, so again, we'll get into all the products. So I picked up the purple. It's not really purple, but the purplish eyeshadow quad. The other one is a much pinker, and it has some red in it from what I can see. And this is 103 Amato. I think that's right. You know, if I'm anywhere close to saying it correctly. So that is what I'm gonna have on my eyes. And then we have the two blushes. That is the more warm blush, 127. And then we have the cooler blush in 126, which looks like this. And I'll swatch them both so you can see. I think we're gonna end up using the 126, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see how you know, maybe we'll actually do the eye look first and see what we think after we do the eye look, and then figure out which goes best. Like I said, the lip is 113 Eyeshadow. And this is the browner of the two shades. This is a vibrant, rich lipstick. That's how they describe it. It has, I mean, it's kind of like almost like a demi matte, sort of. It's not shiny. But I love the Suqqu products, so I was like, well, I'm gonna try it, even though it might be a little matte. Okay, so again, we'll have the blushes, obviously, but for the bronzer, I am going to use, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna use it because it's new, and I feel like you guys should see it, because I have mentioned a couple times that I was picking it up. I picked up the Christian Dior bronzer in 4. Now, I'll show it to you next to 2, while my skin kind of absorbs some of the foundation. The Suqqu cream foundation is actually very moisturizing, and like I said, today my skin is like acting weirdly dewy. I don't know what's going on. Never usually does that, so I mean, I'm not complaining, but you know, I'm just kind of like I did drink a lot of water because I got my first vaccine shot the other day, so they tell you to drink a lot of water, so I drank a lot of water, so maybe that's it. I think you can see already which one is 2 and which one is 4, but so this is light bronze and this is tan bronze. And I will swatch them really quickly on my hand so you can see. I might pick up 3 as well. We'll see. I really like these bronzers. I have to tell you, like, they're really, I know this is gonna sound weird, but they're soft. Like, they feel soft, like the powder, which I really like. So this is 2, this is 4. I think 4 leans cooler, even though it says tan bronze. I think it has a much cooler look to it. So I think I'm gonna really, really like it, but we're about to find out. So let me get my trusty brush. All right, let's put this on. Here we go. Yeah, it's definitely not too deep for me. Oh, that looks nice. Look at how pretty that is. That's perfect. Nice. Okay, guys, what do you think? I think that looks great. I am really glad I picked up the 4. I think that looks really, really nice. Yeah, this is definitely cooler. So for those of you, there was a couple people who commented on the 2 that they thought it was a little too yellow, like they didn't particularly like the warmer undertone. So if you like a cooler undertone and you're pale like I am, that's the 4. Now, I didn't go in super heavy-handed, obviously, but I mean, I never do, but I think that looks really nice. All right, so yeah, let's do the eye look first and then do the blush, because I feel like, blush highlighter, I feel like that might give us a better idea of what blush we want to use. I think we could use both blushes. I think they're made to be used for either one, but I think, you know, we'll see how it goes on me. Things tend to go pinker on me. Talking about that, recently I did a review on the Dior Pink Glow, and I said, I'm being very honest with you guys, it's not my favorite. Don't love it. It looks really pretty on my face, on my eyes. It's just not my favorite formula, the way that Dior did it. And some other people have done reviews, including Jessica, and I'll have her IG handle below. I also reposted it on Instagram, and I really liked her take on it because she had a different take on the Quint, and I think it's just really helpful for us to all remember, like, when I give you my review of something, it's my review of how it worked on me. And I always try to give you like all the facts about like my skin and I mean, I'll be 49. This is gonna go up, so this month, next month, whenever this May, whenever this goes up, I'm gonna be 49 years old. My skin is very dry. I have mature eyes, and I really love the new formula of Dior that has more of that creamy feel. I feel like as the day went on, it looked better and better on me. With the new pink glow, it looked really pretty on, but my eyes got like dry throughout the day. Like it didn't have that same creaminess because it's missing the pine and the aloe vera. So for me and for my skin and my eyes and who I am, it wasn't my favorite. It still looked beautiful though. I don't want anyone to, like, it really does look very nice. It wasn't my favorite. So you might really like it. I just, you know, I want to give you my opinions because that's all I can give you. I can't give you somebody else. Can't give you somebody else's. But I wanted to share Jessica's with you because I just thought it was really well thought out, and she did a really great job explaining why she's enjoying it. So anyway, so that's the quad, and ignore this because I can't get this. I've been trying to scrub it off for forever. I'll explain what that shade is later, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So these are the shades. This is the topper shade, like this like sparkly kind of purpley shade. This is a pretty deep, it has a little bit, it's a cool brown, definitely. This is like a lavender purple, lilac purple, and then you've got sort of this coppery shade. I think it's a really interesting quad. I think Suqqu does that. Like I think Suqqu has interesting color combinations, which I really enjoy. I think they're different. They make you think a little outside of the box, and they're not your normal like, oh, these are your neutrals or these are your purples or pinks, which I like. I think it, you know, it challenges me to do something maybe a little differently than I normally would. So anyway, let me bring you in a little bit closer as we're doing the eye look. Yeah, I just wanted to bring up that review that Jessica did because I just think it's a really good point. You know, we all have a different perspective on these things, and that is what's great about having social media, because it's one of the good things about social media. Not a lot, but you can see like 10 different people review the same thing, which is, you know, which is great because then you can get a better perspective on whether you want to go out and purchase something. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. And my hair is like this because it's pouring outside, and my hair gets voluminous in humid weather. I don't know if any of you out there can understand that. We're gonna go in with the, like the, what did I call that? Kind of coppery kind of shade first. You know, I have coarse hair, and in weather like this, it just gets huge, and like, you know, you can see all the little baby hair, like it just, oh, it's awful. And it just drives me nuts. So I was like, yeah, I can't. I have to put it back because it's just gonna be terrible. It's gonna be raining for like the next 3 days here, which is actually good because our plants need it, but my hair does not. My skin likes it because I need the humidity, but again, my hair, yeah. Like my hair, when I go down south, it's so funny because I basically just put my hair back like the minute I get there because I'm just like, nope. It's just, I have a meme, I'm sure you guys, well, some of you have seen it. It's like a rabbit. It's one of those rabbits that has like the really, really fluffy hair, like the huge hair. And it says, is it humid? Does anyone think it's a little humid today? And of course the rabbit has the hair like out to here. That's me. My hair just gets enormous and frizzy, and it's just, you know. And I lived in the Washington, D.C. area for many, many years. And I developed, you know, ways to keep my hair looking decent. I'm not gonna say it looked great, but decent. Lots of products that took out frizz, but I don't really have to worry about that here in New England. In the winter, it's very dry. And in the summer, although, you know, humid, it's not humid like Washington, D.C., Virginia humid, or Florida, which is a whole nother level, or even more than that, New Orleans. New Orleans, I've been in New Orleans in August. My hair did not appreciate it. It was not a pretty sight. Anyway, okay, so let's go with the this is a Refer 12 brush, and it's stained, but it's not dirty. It's a very like rounded, pointed brush. Yes, I used a very bright shade with it and I haven't washed it yet. So I'm gonna go with that deeper brown shade and we're just gonna kind of concentrate out here on the corner. It's got like, it's like purple. It's like a purpley brown. It's really interesting. I really like this shade because I think it's like a cool brown but purple. I know that sounds weird, but it's hard to explain it because it's almost like eggplant, but then when you swatch it in certain lights, it just looks brown. But the minute I put it on my eyes, especially when I put it on over the other color, it goes purple. So I'm like, huh, that's kind of interesting. That's what I like about the Suqqu shades. I just think they're unique. I think, you know, I'm really liking Suqqu for consistency practically more than any other brand right now because I'm a little upset with Dior. Again, like I said, I love Jessica's review and I think she's right. I think there's a lot to like about Dior, but for me personally, I was a little annoyed at the formula change, or if it is a formula change, I don't even know. But Suqqu, I just think has been like hitting it out of the park for every single thing that I've used. So anyway, so let's use the really bright purple shade because I feel like, you know what, that's fun and why not on the eye itself. And if it's too much or if I feel like, you know, I can always go over it. That's the great thing about Suqqu as well. These shades are buildable. I don't feel like if I pick a shade that afterwards I'm just like, that I can't, you know, work with it, which is nice. Like there are some, you know, and they're brands that I love, but you know, once you put them on your eye, that's kind of it. Like you're not budging that, which again, I get it. It's a good thing, but you know, sometimes I like to just play around with makeup and sometimes it's nice to kind of like just build a look if you're not exactly sure what you want. And you know, Suqqu always allows you to do that. It's like, if you feel like a shade is a little bit too much or you feel like it's not exactly the look you were going for, these are all buildable shades. You can just do a lot with them, which, you know, I do appreciate. But they're also, I mean, they're pigmented shades, so it's not like you ever feel, I'm gonna go back in with that deep brown shade. It's not like, or purpley brown shade. It's not like you ever feel like, you know, you're not getting payoff. It's just, you feel like you can build it, which I think is a nice, I like that. Especially as I get older, my eyes get older with me. And you know, today my skin actually is looking, in my opinion, pretty good. Like it's feeling, maybe it is because I drank all that extra water. Maybe I should drink all that extra water every day. I probably should. But like sometimes my skin, my eyelids look crepey, I guess is the best way to say it. And when they do, you know, like a really this is just a Wayne Goss 03. A really pigmented shadow can sometimes be not great. It depends, but again, this is a personal thing. Like on someone else, they might not have an issue at all. It's because of my texture and my skin, which would be different depending on, you know, what you're dealing with. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Looks really nice. All right, let's use the topper shade, if you will. And the thing about like a topper shade, and this definitely is like a true topper shade, in and of itself, it might not like seem a lot, it might not seem great to you, and you might, you know, swatch it out and you're like, eh. But when you put it over these other shades, it really shows like it's magic, if you will. Like I do like that. And I could see like putting this over the brown shade. It's not brown, purpley brown shade itself, or putting this over the like more coppery, or just the purple. You could just use the purple and do it. I just think regardless of what you did, this is gonna be really nice. Let me use the purpley purple shade, not the purple brown shade, and do lower lash line. There we go. I am going to use a liner on the top, but I want to show you what this looks like before I do the liner. So I'm gonna bring you in real close so you can see. There we go. I think it's just really pretty. And as you all know, I'm not a purpley, like pink person, but this is just a really pretty combo. It's really nice. So I don't have any of the Suqqu liners. I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use purple chalk, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna use purple. Well, that's kind of has more of a gray. I have actually more purples now. Purple liners, because I've collected some. I could use amethyst, let's see. Yeah, amethyst is good. Amethyst is from Chantecaille. It's this shade here. I think that will work. And I'm just gonna do it on the upper lash line. There we go. I think that's perfect, actually. I'm glad I picked that one. Lexi Zhang has the entire collection, so she has the pink quad as well. And you can check out her video. I'll make sure her link is below. The pink looks really pretty on her. I'm sure it's beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna pick that one up. Not because I don't think it's pretty. I don't see me wearing those shades. The purples I do like. The pink reds, they're just not my thing. A lot of it has to do with the red hair. I don't know what, but like pinks, I know people have said it looks really pretty and I do appreciate that, thank you. But I don't gravitate towards them. And so I do wanna pick up the Suqqu summer collection. So I don't think I'm gonna pick up the pink. So let me curl my lashes and put on mascara. I have to say, I always think mascara just brings everything together. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but that's how I feel about it. I don't care. I don't care if anyone else agrees. I just think mascara it makes everything perfect. Okay, so here is the final look. I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. I am glad that I picked it up, even though it was like impossible to get. I am glad that I got it. I really enjoy the Suqqu products. I can't, there hasn't been one Suqqu product that I've been like, oh, that was terrible. There are some that I like more than others, Color Stories and stuff, but they are all good. They're all good. I'm really impressed with Suqqu. Gotta tell you. They just do they do a great job, like all the time. Okay, so let's do the warmer one, calling it the more orange one, 127. And I will show you, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you like the blush part, and then the highlight part. If you're not familiar with Suqqu blushes, the way that they're done is kind of in a gradient. So one side is more highlight, one side is more blush, and then you basically can put the two together and get the third shade. So if you look, that's the blush, that's the highlight, and that's the two together. And that's the warmer shade. I think this is 127, but I will double check. Yeah, 127. And so it looks, again, like this. That's the 127. So you can see the highlight parts over here, blush parts over here, and then you can mix them. I don't know why it's doing that weird autofocus thing, but I think you saw that. So you can see, like, that's definitely a warm tone. It's almost like, I would say like cantaloupe kind of shade. I think personally with this look, I would rather go with the pinker one. I mean, I think it's up to you guys what you want for yourself, but me personally. So all of the Suqqu blushes that I've seen have been like this. They have that gradient. So there's like the blush on one side, the highlighter on the other, and then you can mix them. I don't know if every Suqqu blush has always been that way, but that's what I've seen. There's also the blush palette. There's a bunch of them, which I have one. I'll show you in a second. I'm trying to get it from the other, the other swatches above. So here's the 126, which is more of the pink. And that's what that looks like. And this palette, which one do I have? I have the 102 cheek color palette, and this has a number of different shades in them by themselves. Some I use as highlighters, some I use as like kind of a bronzy kind of look, some is blush. It just kind of depends on how you want to use it, but I love the palettes as well. Okay, so let's use the pinker one. Brushes, brushes, brushes. Let's use the FO4 Chikuhodo for, I'm going to use that for like the highlighty part. Again, you don't have to do it this way. You can just blur it all together. I kind of like to keep it separate. I've made jokes before. If you watched my channel, like I don't like my food touching. I really don't. I really don't like my food touching. I know it's a little OCD, but I don't like, I just don't. Like even like sandwiches, I'm one of those people who like, I like a very simple sandwich. Like I mean like if I were to get a turkey sandwich, I would just like turkey and maybe like, I don't know, mustard or something. Like I don't like a lot of things on a sandwich. If I'm eating like on a plate, I don't like my food to touch. I mean, I know it's funny, guys. It's actually, I mean, like, I know it's funny, but I think it's actually one of the reasons I haven't picked up the Hindash palette, because everybody has said how great it is, and I still haven't picked it up, and I think it's because it's sort of a gradient palette. Like each rectangle has like gradients, like these do, and I don't, I don't particularly love that. I mean, I know it sounds funny, but I like the colors to be in separate. I just like, it's a thing. Like, it's an OCD thing. I get it, but now I'm gonna take the pinker shade. I'm gonna use the same brush. So yeah, I don't know. But in the way that Suqqu does it, they do such a beautiful job curating. Like it's just such a perfect match together that I think it works really well. But I admit, I still would rather have it separate so that I could be more specific about what I choose to like put on. I still feel like you're gonna blend a little bit. If you have a brush, you have to be very careful to make sure you get it right over here or right over here if you're just looking for that shade and you don't wanna blend the two. I think they look perfect blended together because Suqqu does such a great job, but I would still prefer them to be separate. That's, again, just me. I realize. It's just me. Okay, so that is the look, which I think looks stunning. The only thing so far I don't have them that is different. I don't have Suqqu eyebrows. I don't have Suqqu mascara. My eyeliner is Chantecaille. And the bronzer, of course, is the Dior 4, which I absolutely love. So we're going to use Suqqu lip liner, but I first want to use just the lipstick by itself so you guys can see it. Now this is the browner lipstick, as I showed you before. So I think it's gonna be a little brown for this look, because I think this look is definitely more purple and a cooler look. I kind of want to pick up the other lipstick now. But anyway, all right, let me put this on and see what you think. Okay, so I love the shade. I love the feel. The feel of the lipstick's gorgeous. It's creamy. It goes on really well. It doesn't accentuate lines. I think it looks phenomenal. But this is a browner shade. It's like one of my favorite shades probably of all time, and I just put it on because I love this. I love a brownie pink. I'm so 90s, but I love a brownie pink. But I think it looks fine with the look. I don't think it like looks totally out of place. I just think the whole rest of the look is so like purple pink that I think the other shade would look better, which is now why I want to pick it up. So this is 113. It was 112. So yeah, now I kind of really want the other shade. So I'm going to use a Suqqu liner. This, I've already forgotten the number of this liner, which is so insane. But I will put it down below. It's a pretty neutral liner, like the shade. Yeah, I mean, it's relatively neutral. So I'm going to outline my lips. Just give me one sec. There we go. I love the lipstick. It feels really comfortable on, and I've basically talked myself into buying the other one if it's still available, if I can find it. I know it will be available on Harrods and Liberty of London. Liberty London? London Liberty? Liberty London? Okay, it's been a long day. Anyway, it will be available, it's either May 5th or May 6th. I forget right now. I've said it a bunch of times. I think it's May 6th, but, and there may be a restock going back up on Selfridges, I've heard, but I don't know that, so we'll have to, I mean, I'll check. But I would say that if the other shade in lipstick comes up, I probably will buy it, because this lipstick feels really, really nice. It's very comfortable on, and I do really like it. I still don't think I'm going to pick up the other quad, even though I love the way this one looks. I have so much eyeshadow at this point. I just feel like it would be wrong for me to pick up a color story that I really don't think I'm going to wear. So that's why I've decided not to, especially since I do plan to pick up the summer collection for Suqqu. So, you know, we all got to put limits somewhere. Or at least I'm trying. So anyway, this is the final look. I love it. I love the Suqqu formula. I'm so impressed. I just think they do a beautiful job. There hasn't been a Suqqu product that has come out this year, well, this year, next year, last year, that I haven't liked. I've been impressed by all of them, which is saying a lot. So I think, like I said, I was talking about the eyeshadows earlier, they're pigmented so that pretty much anyone can wear them, but they're buildable and they're beautiful. And I can't say enough. I don't know what Suqqu is doing, but whatever it is they're doing, they should keep doing it, because they're doing a great job and I love it. And the blushes, although, you know, I have the issue with the gradient and not being in separate containers, look stunning on, and really just, I mean, you can just, it's so well curated. The shades look so good on, and even if you look at it in the palette and you're like, I'm not so sure, they always look great on. They really do. And the lipstick is just incredibly comfortable. I am not wearing a lot of lipstick right now, if any lipstick at all, because I'm still wearing masks, but pretty soon I will be able to at least be outside without a mask on. So, you know, hopefully lipstick is in my future. But yeah, I'm just really impressed with the entire Suqqu line. So I have nothing bad to say at all. It's awesome. I mean, it's beautiful. Just stunning. So that's it for me today, guys. Sorry, I don't have anything bad to say today. Yeah. So, thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see another video really soon. Bye.